2021 was a record year for environmental, social, and governance, or ESG investing. Dealroom revealed that UK impact startups received a record £2 billion in investment. More and more investors are looking to balance their portfolio with positive impact investing while searching for positive returns. Clim8 Invest, a London-based sustainable investing platform, is on a mission to challenge ESG so that investors can bypass greenwashing and find portfolio companies that are truly having a positive impact on climate change. Duncan, what is greenwashing and how are you helping investors of all experience levels avoid it?
Greenwashing is the promotion of products or services which are genuinely not green. And there's a lot of this going on. It's not just in the investment space, which is where we are in Clim8, but it's also in every single sector. So it's promotion of, for example, foods which aren't genuinely green. It's promotion of building materials which aren't genuinely green. And this is rife in every single industry. And in particular, I would say also in the investment industry where we are.
Is there just not the regulations needed to ensure that those rules are the rules that are followed, or what needs to happen to eliminate greenwashing?
There's really no regulation around what is green. That's the challenge we have. And in particular in the investment space, the whole world of ESG investing, there is no definition of what ESG is. So what we find is a lot of the very large asset managers are using ESG for labels of their funds, where actually if you look in the underlying portfolios, a lot of the companies are not what you and I as retail investors would think is actually green. Right now in the UK and in the US, the authorities are looking at regulation around definitions. But right now, there is no true definition of what can be defined, labeled as a green fund. And we did some research and we found that the top 20 ESG funds in the world, the largest asset under management funds, have on average 17 fossil fuel companies, each of the portfolios, which is kind of a shocking statistic.
Yeah, and I would assume that the retail investors participating in those funds don't actually know that.
And they've probably no clue. And even probably some of the fund managers, the pension fund managers who are investing into those asset management funds also don't know. And it's not just fossil fuels. So you also have tobacco, you have gambling stocks, you have alcohol stocks in those so-called ESG funds. So it's a real challenge, and our little company is trying to make a little dent by providing portfolios of companies that are genuinely having an impact on climate change.
Well, and with Clim8, you've created a platform that lets inexperienced investors, first-time investors, or very experienced investors pick and choose on 3 different portfolios initially. How did you construct those portfolios, again, avoiding this greenwashing issue?
So it's really simple. We start with the premise to be on our portfolio, you have to have a product or service which is having an impact on climate change. And so that means you're in one of our 6 core themes. We have clean energy, clean technology, sustainable food, clean water systems, circular economy, and electric mobility. Those are our 6 core themes. And if you don't have a product, your main product being one of those, then you're not in a portfolio. So it's a very different portfolio construction from an ESG fund, where you are negatively screening out things. We are an active investor. We're actively looking for stocks that are making a positive impact on climate change. And so it's a very, very different mindset. It's a proactive and it's a bottom-up analysis.
Well, in addition to retail investors being really interested in that, I would think that pension funds, managers, and big fund managers that are trying to find ESG would also potentially be interested. Is there a B2B opportunity for Clim8?
For sure there's a B2B opportunity. So we're actually working on our own funds. So right now we construct portfolios, and you as an investor, using our app, you invest directly into these portfolios. But we believe there's a real opportunity, as you say, to build a portfolio externally, and that portfolio can then be sitting on any other platform and be purchased by pension fund managers, insurance companies, other asset managers.
We still have a very big challenge where women are less than 20% of leadership roles in tech. You've been able to achieve at Clim8 a 50% diversity metric across your team. What are some of the strategies that you use, Duncan, to get to that place?
I think it really comes back to the mission, primarily. The mission of the business is to have an impact on climate change, and that really appeals to a wide range of people. But we have also tried very hard to look for people from different backgrounds, so not just gender, but what has been your life experience? You come from another country. So we have, I think, more than 10 nationalities, and there's a whole load of research that cognitive diversity within a team
Yeah,
gives
diversity of thought, right? This
diversity of thought is super important,
huge
especially for startups when you're you're going from 0 to 1. You've got an idea, but you need to find your way, and so having input from people with all different backgrounds, I think, can really have a positive impact on the decisions and choices you make.